We are live. Hello everyone and welcome to BrollyTV, where you find the latest updates and stuff about the Vega complex.
And everything you don't want to know. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, at least we're not talking like last episode where Broly shows weird and random shit.
Oh, we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Bruce can talk.
Yes, we want to welcome Royal Jamaica with us this week, who's actually able to speak. That's awesome. Got Leonidas, Rain, myself, Riddick, and who was in the middle chair? Shit, I forgot already.
Caveman.
Oh, that's right, Caveman. So, what are we going to talk about this week, fellas? I know we've probably got all kinds of stuff, so.
Well, we're all aware that we have the Alliance feature coming in next Tuesday. I bet everyone's looking forward to that. I wonder how everyone's going to deal with it. Like, it's going to be pretty chaotic for the first 5 minutes, don't you guys reckon?
It might be.
Probably for the first 5 days.
Royal Jamaica with us this week, who's actually able to speak. That's awesome.
Can someone mute Cave quickly?
Yeah, no shit, because he's... We're playing back our last 5 minutes. Brawly, fix that. So, what are we going to talk about this week, fellas? I know we've probably got...
I got it muted. Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Look, there we go. There's Darren.
Maybe we should start over.
Nah, I think we'll be fine. We'll pick up. We're good at improvising. We did this shit with no script.
Yeah, I think Blue Fire's hung us up.
Yeah, but we got Lucifer sitting in for him, so we're good to go. Between Bruce and Lucifer, I'm sure that we can start some kind of crazy shit up this week, I'm sure.
Well, we got ICU and Ghost. Yeah, we're definitely going to stir up some shit.
I'm saying. All right, so the Alliance feature, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting that it's going to hit with a lot of groups mid-jump. That should be interesting, as you say, because all of a sudden, there you go, but...
Not just that, but everyone's going to have tags, and everyone's going to be like, oh, they're them, and it's like, ah, shit, I didn't know this.
Yeah, that could be cool. It'd be hard to hide now. You're either with somebody or you're not, right?
Well, true. If you're going to be hiding, then you're not playing the game right. I mean, why bother hiding? I mean, you're bound to get attacked eventually. There's no point in hiding. Just come the fuck out of the shadows, you little pussies.
Has anyone found any decent base lately?
Any what?
Decent base hits.
Decent base hits.
Yeah.
Decent base hits.
I think the best one I've seen so far was a Gariel rush on Fear's base.
Trident,
I was going to say that had to be Trident.
Yeah.
It was. I think it's ironic to me how many nasty things were said about this ship and how many different ways people are using them. I think that, I mean, obviously we've all known that it has a really good setup as a counter fleet, as to hit a broken fleet, as to chase down a runner. But you know, I like that Trident is out there trying, showing different uses, and I think it's funny and ironic as well that he actually targets the biggest critics. I got a really big kick out of that. He ran a fleet in there and took a bridge with him.
Yeah, that's probably intentional, I would guess.
Well, you should have seen it afterwards. Fear tries to come into the planet, and we're all like gangbang him, and next thing you know, he's real mad for some reason. I don't know why, but it's like, my base just got taken by cutters, and I can't get into the planet. What is wrong with this?
Welcome.
Yep.
Oh, it's the funniest shit ever, I reckon. I mean, I've never seen Fear so angry, but it's all in the fun of the game.
These are the caveman.
We're back.
Yeah, I told you guys
And up you, Leo.
I told you guys a couple weeks ago to watch out for Trident with those cutters, that he was going to do some interesting stuff. He's probably not done yet.
No, I'd say he's probably got plenty of ideas popping up in his head. I mean, I think he's got like a couple of fleets of them already, but not too sure exactly. I haven't really paid attention to his cutters all that much.
I haven't seen him in action a whole lot. I've seen him the videos though, so and I read the chat. It seems like I'm always in a base or something when he's doing it, and I don't get to see it.
Yeah, it's quite funny to watch though. I think I watched like the end part of him taking Fear's bridge, but unless that was another bridge, I'm not too sure whose bridge it was. But it's pretty funny stuff. It's funny how those cutters can still take a fair beating. It's like less armor than a Rev cruiser or an APOC, and yet they can still take a fair amount of beating for only a ship that's meant to be adverse in speed.
I'll have to make a fleet of them and see how they work myself. See if I can come up
Well, you
with
always were the one to come up. Yeah, but you were always one to come up with crazy builds, Brolly.
I think we've
That's
all
true.
got crazy builds.
I know.
I mean, like, Brolly loves his Polarons.
I've actually refitted them now, actually.
Oh, really? What'd you refit them to?
Scatter missile.
Yeah. We had to talk about scatter missiles. Who's smashing shit?
I think Caveman's having a fucking anger moment over there. He looks like he's having
Just getting interrupted with asking to stay out
Caveman
of
smash.
no shit.
It's not the. He's wearing a green shirt. He's got the right color.
Name
Hulk
break
smash.
now.
Hey, Caveman, do it. Caveman smash. Oh.
My teddy bear gone. Caveman mad.
Oh.
That music pissed me off.
He's got the right color shirt for it too.
I did have a picture of Yoda Hulk, didn't I?
And its design is only with the Fusion 2.
Well, I can say that we have learned one thing, Riddick. My Fusion 3 dreads, they need to be changed.
Oh yeah, what's wrong?
Well, when I was testing them out on your mag-phased revs, they weren't as effective, considering the fact that I had to constantly try and kite you, and that your glads still have a far better chance of hitting me with the range compared to Optics 5 thermals. Now, if I was just using Hydras or glads myself on those dreads, I'd have a better chance. The thermals might have the DPS, but they don't have the range. So
There's
I'm
only
going to
4 of
change
them
that.
that
I'll tell you what, Rain, I'll be happy to let you refit, and we'll go at it again. You can get revenge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
wait.
that's,
Drivers Polarons, they're the same range as Gladius drivers.
yeah, I'm aware of that. But, I'm
It
thinking
really, it really does suck when you come up with a build and you get it all and they're all put together and you take them out on their first voyage and you're like, yeah, this is going to be great. Hey, want to fight?
Yeah.
I want to test, and then you get your ass handed to you and you go, wow.
Well,
Back to the
Well,
drawing board.
well, I think I've got a better idea for him now, actually. Excuse me. I'm thinking about just making one Polaron, as Broly's just suggested. And depending on the room in the dread itself, I might have room for 4 dreads, but I'm not too sure. But I'm going to have one Polaron, one Hydra, and one Gladius 3.
Well, Wayne, with Polarons being so light, you could probably fit optics on and have 4 in the fleet still, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Is I was thinking that I might be able to fit 4 dreads in a fleet if one of them's just Polaron, because it has shit all
The only
spaces
downside
when
of
it comes
that
to a dread.
is Polaron takes so long to repair.
Oh, that's not a problem at all. I mean, it's basically just going to be kiting the slow mag-phased revs and APOCs, because the dread with Fusion 3 can outrun an APOC.
Yeah.
Without engines. But it's still a work in progress. But I thought that the 408 DPS Optics 5 thermal dread would at least have some effect. But as the fight with Riddick occurred, I noticed that I was having more troubles with trying to focus on turning and kiting at the same time. It was driving me nuts. The turn speed's good, but as you're turning, you're not like moving forward, so I had to try and set it at an angle to try and attack and move forward at a good, decent speed, and it wasn't working as well as I'd hoped, so I need more range to be able to focus on that.
I don't know. I still think that Kix has completely ruined the battleship. I mean, like I said last week, a battleship by nature is supposed to have the freaking armor and the staying power to go out there and slug it out with shit. I mean, they don't. I mean, the mag phase just ate you up. You didn't have a chance to really get it. You know, to use that DPS. You had me out DPS by a ridiculous amount, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You weren't able to use it. I mean, you probably had 3 times the DPS, but you couldn't use it.
I still managed to take out majority of your revs, though, didn't I?
Would I have 3 left?
I think, no, you had like 5, and then I took out about 2 or 3 of them, I think.
Well, yeah, I got my fleets. I got 5 in my fleet. But I mean, you should have just with the DPS you've got, you should have obliterated my ass.
No, with your spec shields that would have been difficult, but with the Hydras, I still should have been able to drop out most of those shields, especially with the AM5. But I don't know what the fuck happened. I went over the replay over and over and over, and I thought to myself, this is frustrating. I need more range. This is bullshit. Your spec shields, though, were driving me nuts.
You're welcome.
Up yours.
Thank you very much. There you go with those anger issues. You and Cave, I'll tell you. What is it? Something, it must be something with you Aussies, I swear. You fucking Aussie.
It's in the water.
Angry people.
It's all in the water. They do something with the water. We're all fucked. It's a government conspiracy.
Probably.
Don't start me on government conspiracy, boys.
You are a conspiracy. Shut up.
I think no. Okay.
So, Alliance feature. What do you guys see anything interesting coming with this, or do you think it's just going to be business as usual in the game?
Honestly, I think it's just going to be the same. I don't really see the advantages as much as far as how this is going to work. What I'm only curious about is how the coins are going to play into the game, because that's what I think is going to be the most dynamic feature about it, is how is that going to affect the aggressiveness of certain clans? What are their goals going to become now? Are they going to be looking for guys that are high coin on the list and purposely heading up with them? But as far as being in an alliance, if you're in an alliance and honestly you have some troubles figuring out who's on your team, that's an internal issue that I don't think an alliance feature is going to fix. You know, that's an issue.
Yeah, well, that's always going to be there, no matter how often you put a group of guys together. There's always going to be something. But
well, that's true, considering
so what do you,
a lot of.
No, I'm sorry. So Bruce, you're saying you think there might be like a super coiner alliance put together or something?
No, what I'm saying is that, you know, if you look at alliance fighting right now, that's what the guys in alliances are looking for, the next team to go beat up on. But how is this going to what are the goals going to be now? Because I know for ICU, our goal is, you know, I think it's pretty clear, it's pretty stated. We just go and wreck. That's what we do. It's no real like, well, let's go there because that guy has a ton of coins or a ton of medals, that kind of thing. Now I'd like to see if it makes some clans more aggressive, if memberships change. What's going to happen to a lot of these clans that do medal handoffs? Is that going to stop? You know, these are the kinds of things that I'm looking at. Like, how is this going to change the mentality, the goals for each clan?
Yeah, it would have been nice if they would have made it so that you're not allowed to hit an alliance member. That would stop troubling. That would stop coins or medal swapping. That would have all been done, which might have been good, you know.
I agree.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, if I remember correctly, I'm not too sure if I'm right or wrong on this. Didn't Kixeye say they'd be bringing out perks for Alliance with the Alliance feature or
At
something like that?
Christmas.
Yeah, in the near
Yeah.
future, like Cave said.
At
Right.
the moment, though. Sorry, you finished,
Go on.
bro.
I was just thinking. As Bruce was saying, that it's mostly going to be a feature that's focused towards the coiners in the game. That was what was going to be my next thought when it comes to the perks within the Alliance. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Kix is going to make it so that they have to make people spend coins or something like that to gain certain perks. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe they're going to have X amount of base hits to gain certain perks, or X amount of fleet wins or fleet losses. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but there's a number of ways that they can do it. The question is how exactly they're going to do it.
Piper down. We've got a Piper down. You all right?
Just to put in my 2 cents worth there, Riddick, with the Alliance. At the moment, for us, for our clan, the collective, it's handy to just get the Alliance feature started. We are keen to see the perks and bonuses come in, but at the moment, it's important for our clan, who's a non-coining clan. We do have a few coiners, but they're not mad coiners.
I'll be
like
just happy
Ghost
to
and
see the
others.
new feature.
Shut up, you. And for us, it's a case of we need to put tags on our names. We get the free name change, which is good, because some of those people who have got MOB or 303 on their names can finally get rid of the stupid things and just call themselves whatever. And we can go into battle now knowing that we're going to jump on a planet and we can go burn that planet and see the tags and know that we don't hit our own bases.
Yeah, exactly.
Just join up.
Yeah,
Bonuses.
You guys have a
Perks and
lot.
bonuses, sorry, Rain, shut the fuck up. The perks and bonuses we'll worry about later, like what Kixeye is doing. I'm not a Kixeye fan, but apparently we got to take this in slow steps and get one thing going first, and let's get tags on our names, and then look at the perks and bonuses for that. Now I'm finished. You can talk all you want.
I think the perks that I've seen that they're talking about are essentially the Alliance leaders. Now, that's the only good thing I see about this cap that they have on Alliances, that they're like 75 or so. They jumped it from 50 to 75. Well, if you're in a clan that's obviously bigger than that, it could be somewhat of an assistance.
Oh, having a second team?
Yes.
Yeah, yep. I've thought a
I
lot
mean,
about
that will end up happening, really.
You guys hear me now?
You did it yourself the other day. Yeah, we got you, Lucy.
Lucy.
Lucy, I'm home.
Actually, I remember the first time I met you, Lucifer, you smashed my base and didn't like me because I called you Lucy. So I apologise.
He must have spelled it with a Y.
I don't know. It was back in your first war with the dogs and whatever we called ourselves, KOP at the time. Back in your first jump and relocation, mate.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. Past is the past.
I don't know, Bruce. I'm still thinking that there's going to be some interesting strategy, like you said, with 2 teams. I think that will come into play.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think it's going to. There's a lot of different things that could be done. I mean, if you got 2 teams, one could jump. Let's say one jumps. We decide we're going to go to war with ICU. So we jump on your main planet, maybe with 1 team, and soften you up good. Now, granted, we're probably going to wind up bubbled, but a bunch of you are too, right? Then you've got Team 2 ports in maybe on a separate planet, and now they're able to attack. I don't know. I'm just, looking at, throwing things out there. I think there will be some stuff go on that'll be kind of fun. It does bring some strategy to the game, if you want to use it, I guess. I think it'd be kind of cool. We'll see.
Well, now that everyone will be able to see the tags and whatnot once the alliance feature comes in, it'll be a lot easier to determine friend from foe, really. And there's a lot of friendly fire going on with the people that aren't like with tags, as the fight from 600 showed, where we had
Yeah.
Papa Dump. It was like a recruit for Goat. Next thing you know, he was randomly getting attacked because it was on a different planet. But it should be easier now with the tags and whatnot. But let's only hope. But depends on. Let's just see how it goes, and we'll go from there. Basically, I mean, we don't really know how it's going to go until it actually happens. A lot of people won't like it. A lot of people will like it. But it's difference of opinion really when it happens. But you guys will also love this. Apparently, with the next update, they're increasing helium-3 on Vega Elites.
Oh,
Yeah, that's for the end gamers. They've made a complaint about that or something, and they're doing that for us.
Yeah, it says here that our high-level players have let us know about getting helium-3 is difficult. We listened during Tuesday night's downtime. We will increase the amount of helium-3 on our Vega Elite fleets. We'll do this by changing the distribution of resources. We will increase the amounts of helium-3 and antimatter while decreasing mineral ore.
You know what they could have just as easily done is just make it take less helium to repair a fleet.
That cuts down coins.
That's a build.
We all know that's not going to happen.
No, but that is, I mean, that you go out into a war, I mean, that's a coiner's biggest nightmare right now, is trying to keep his helium up without buying it. You know, you coin, I'm sorry, I'm going to take a guy again, AA high guard, right, or AA fence. The guy will spam rev fleets and APOC fleets like nothing. I mean, he just throws them out 6 at a time on auto. He's got to buy helium. There's no way that he can farm that much helium. So you've got to buy it. I mean, you burn up so much helium if you're a coiner in a war like, you know, a 600 type war or a huge clan war. You know, I'm just saying, you can go through, you know, tens of millions in no time. So that'll help, but you still got to farm it.
Well, it's true, but hang on a second. Well, in my opinion, in the middle of a war, basically, you gotta fight fleet versus fleet, and if you're up to it, fight like destroy bases and whatnot. But in between the two, still like find other bases around you to be able to farm, because there are plenty of farmers in the game. I mean, if you have your cargo fleets, it's easy to get res regardless, but it all depends on what kind of farmers you have around you at the time when you're in the middle of a war.
Well, it also depends on the war you're in. I mean, I've been in some wars where you can't farm. You're just not gonna. Yeah. Your farming fleets are gonna get hit, and you know, next thing you know, you're down your farmers. You don't have them. You're down your basers because you've been hitting bases. You've blown up all your FPF, and you're like, well, shit. I'm either done or I got to buy, you know, res or whatever, or get a buddy to hook me up, which is probably what happens for most of us. Most of the time.
I remember seeing that they were making a lot of fun as this for doing stuff in Planet, because you know, he fought for like 2 days of the 600 war, and then he basically, I think, was a bank for everybody. But you know, the thing in Planet still works. That does fine. But I noticed in the 600 war, when we all consolidated, that, you know, we were trying to go within the solar system to bleed out everything, and it became a desert really fast. That helium thing is crazy. I was going through 80, 90 million a day easy on helium, just an FEF, and I was working conservative. You know, I was sending fleets out. They'd get beat up, come back 50, 60%. I'd move another fleet out, work on that repair, and you're just, you know, you look up, you look away, you fight a couple battles, you look back up, you're like, what the hell just happened? Where'd all my helium go? And then antimatter, almost nothing. You know, like I'm below 50 million in probably a month.
Antimatter used to be the gold. Now helium is gold. You know, I mean, it just swapped places is all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as this was saying, that he could farm for about an hour in Planet and get 100 million antimatter. You know,
so flash fleets,
It's not
So he
that
said. I don't know. That seems pretty high, but okay, maybe you can.
No, Riddick,
Yeah,
you can. I've
this is a
taken
douche.
my rain course in.
I
I've
just
taken my rain course in, Riddick, and I've pretty much gotten about 20, 30 million while I'm doing on Farm Planet.
okay.
So it's not
Well,
hard. It's just
I didn't figure
having
they
the
spawn.
right fleets.
They spawn like what, every 20 minutes, and I usually get about, I don't know, I think what, 6 or 7 million if you kill every one of them.
But if you're using your 7 fleets and you're hitting anything from 23s up through to 27s, I mean, you're not picky and just keep going. You've got 2 sides of the planet to jump from, and you're autoing.
Oh yeah, okay. I only killed the one side.
Well,
Yeah,
in
well, that's
Planet
if you-
Riddick, in Planet the Helium fleets spawn every 5 minutes by the looks of it. So it is effective. I mean, there's heaps of helium fleets, and it just gives helium. So I'm not too sure if it actually works really well as people claim it does. But I think I might have to test that one.
Which one of you guys is running the power drill?
Not too sure. I think that might be Cave.
No, I'm not renovating anywhere.
Keep hearing like it sounds like a drill.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I didn't know if I was losing my mind or I'm old. You know, maybe I'm getting tinnitus. I didn't know.
You're a bit of both. You are the ancient one.
I know, right? I got it ringing in my ears over here. I'm hearing high-pitched noises.
Let me see.
But speaking of res, next week we are going to do a special just basically for the lower level guys. We're going to show you how to take some relatively inexpensive fleets that will be auto repair for the most part and without ever being shot at, show you how to go out and just milk bases for res and just be a res master.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. We'll do that next week. That'll be for, like I say, the low level to mid level guys. You don't need any of the blueprint fleets or any great tech or anything, and we'll show you how to do that. So that'll be fun. What else we got this week, Brawly?
We have the bloopers, and Mr. Bruce has a screenshot of it. The morning about coining kicks, saying like subsidising coins. That's what players are going on about, and he's got a screenshot to do it. He's gonna do it now.
Yeah, essentially, the last sector we were in, what had been going on was that, usually when you settle into a sector and you start doing your thing, there's a lot of complaints about, oh, you're just a bunch of coiners and all this other stuff. And, as much as everybody would like to believe that every big alliance is all coiners that spend thousands of dollars every hour, that's just not a reality. Most clans have a couple big coiners and a bunch of guys that have a ton of fleets. So they came to believe that we were we were subsidized by Kix. That Kixeye was kind enough to just throw coins at us to go and kill sectors. That somehow doing that would stimulate the game, and that it was, we were out there to kind of stimulate the Kix economy. And they got to a point where they actually started screenshotting our conversations and putting them on forums because we started pulling their leg about it. Like, hey, can you throw a couple thousand free coins at me until we get our quota? And we told them, yeah, we get, a few thousand free coins every Tuesday. And they were like, then we started, having a fake argument about who got more coins and why the fuck didn't I get as many coins as you did from Kixeye. That's bullshit. And they were like, Royal, why'd you get 20,000? And I said, because I suck. The lower amount of coins you get, the better a player you are. And I'm really bad. That's why they give me so many. So Guggen fakes a PM message, which is what this screenshot is, where he says, Bale, can you coin share, send me a couple thousand of the free coins till we get our free quota later tonight. And then after he was like, oh shit, I did the PM wrong. These guys, man, they really believe it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You're like, come on, man. Kicks Eye hates us as a clan. They hate us. There isn't a week that goes by we don't have a comms ban or somebody on a temp ban. You know, we get reported everywhere we go about something made up or just anything to take away the pain, I guess. But this thing was too much. It was just like, oh, come on. You really think they're going to throw us free coins?
Well, Lucifer can, he'll tell you that same thing has been said since, well, probably since Dog was formed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, I remember when I came in the game as a noob, way back, I heard about Dog, and I heard that Dog was beta, and that they were Kixeye's, pet clan, and that they gave them coins every month. They got all these free coins, and they gave them free revs. Here, guys, here's 3 fleets of revs for free. I mean, please, come on, Kixeye don't give anybody shit.
That's a good doggy. That's a good doggy.
You're right. And they do this. They do the exact same thing with Goat. I mean, we've had that same, and we've done that same thing, Bruce. We've played with them and told them, oh yeah, we get them, every Friday, we get 10,000 or something, and then Jova or somebody says 10,000, I only got 4. Yeah. It's funny because I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, we've had the same conversation in sectors. So I think it just when people are getting their asses handed to them, it makes them feel better to think that it was all because we're coining. But coining lets you put fleets in the air. It doesn't mean you're going to win with them.
Well, that's the argument I have with people all the time. My coins didn't kill your fleet. My coins didn't kill your base. They, somebody has to do something at some point. All it means is that I can bounce back a little quicker. That's all.
And it means that Kix has money to keep this game going and make content, and we won't go there, but yeah, they got to fund the game, and that's what we're doing. We're funding the game. So if you don't want to play it,
it's like those Zis memes where they're saying that he bought like half the shares or something like that. I'm like, what the hell?
If they give you 53 coins every time your base leveled up, that'd be nice.
Actually, it would be. I think it would be kind of cool if there was a way.
It would be beneficial for the low players.
Well, it could benefit anybody if.
Level up.
Yeah, like if you earn so many fleet versus fleet points, like you go out and you do a battle, you win. You out of 6 ships, you lose 3, so you get 50% of the potential points. And then when you get, I don't know, X points, 10,000, 100,000, whatever the fuck, then it's worth X coins. I mean, that would be kind of cool to let people have that. It might make people fight more, for one thing, because you wouldn't get it from fighting Vegas. That shit, no. It has to be fighting a real player.
Bases,
yeah, bases and fleet versus fleet. And earn towards getting coins. Put some.
A whole new extension of side missions.
What is it?
A whole new extension on side missions.
Yeah, right. But get people fighting in this game. I mean, get the damn farmers, to start fighting.
Fight like 13, 14, 15 fleets or something and earn 10 coins or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
It would be nice though if there was more stuff for the low level players, because when they're beginning, the high level players just whacking the base and they're quitting again. So they need to do something for the low level players.
Yeah, apparently there's supposed to be something they're going to be doing for the low level players, but whether they actually get around to it or not is no idea. That's probably in the future, it's like 20 years from now.
They should.
Size, like, oh, we're giving you an update next month. 1 year later.
They should do something though to keep the low and mid game, mid level players interested, and wanting to stay around.
I've noticed we've all had some sort of opinion, but Darren seems to have gone quiet. Poor old Lucifer is just sitting there.
I see a lot of smoke.
He's got a case of the don't blink.
No, I'm drunk.
He's got rain disease. He doesn't move. He doesn't blink. Well, maybe he blinks. He's hiding behind his
a bit of RJ problem from last week because he keeps switching back and forth.
when his camera freezes, he looks a bit like Slop off the Goonies.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, don't worry, Rick, you'll laugh at this. Yova's just saying, lies, my coins make me auto bases.
I guess.
Oh, hello. What's Bruce got for us here now?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is the post. This was, hey, Rain, this is your stalker, isn't it? Isn't this the guy that's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's Rain. Oh, my God, it's Rain. Hi, Rain. Hi. I want to be your friend. But anyway, yeah, that's what
That
it
shit
is.
was scary, Bruce.
That's the way this guy was. It was like, oh, your fleets, they just make me tremble. Rain,
Oh
you're
my
the
God.
best. Oh, my God.
We should
But
definitely.
yeah, this is the post where
That's
he
not
put it
nice.
up
was
and
sneaky.
we were talking about it, and Bale's saying, and that's only a partial payment. RJ got 20,000. And
Bruce.
yeah,
Zoom in. Like, go to the bottom right. Bottom right of the screen. Maximize it. Yep. Zoom in. Oh, well, too far.
is that good?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Can barely just read it, but
Yeah, it just
Okay.
says, we were discussing the different amounts, and these guys, I mean, we and then after we kind of told them, like, it's a joke, guys. It's a joke. They're not going to give us shit. And they're like, no, you said it, so it's true. I have screenshots. They just kept going on and
It's on
on.
the internet. It was on the internet. By
Bruce,
God, it has to be true.
Exactly, yeah, it's true.
Can you
Do we
guys
trust
hear
that
me?
one?
And Jova is still dead.
I thought Zissus coined him back because he wanted someone to fight.
Can you guys hear me?
Bruce, put that picture up again and zoom in on it.
Oh, I
Right
just
back.
had him zoom in.
It's a bit of a-
I had him zoom in on it before. Yeah, Battle Vortex is watching.
Yeah, they're asking you to zoom in on the picture because it's coming up to start of the course.
Yeah. This.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with it. Give me a sec.
Yeah, just open it back up again, man.
We're all
will.
noobs.
Yeah, this computer stuff is definitely a stretch for me.
Yeah, can you guys not
no,
hear
man.
me?
Go on,
Yo!
Darren. What's up, man? Yeah,
Kind
you're kind
of.
of cutting out there.
Yeah, my internet connection sucks.
Ah. Joys of being American, ain't it? Hang on a second.
Where's little boy Blue?
Is that better?
Yeah,
Where's
it's
little
pretty. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I can read that a bit better now. Hang on, I got 5,000 coins this month. Bailey,
Yeah,
funny bastard.
I just made like a really, really bad base hit, so it kind of, I was really, really upset with myself. I mean, I got the base, but it was bad, and
We all have
that's why
those
I
days,
said-
man.
yeah, man, that's because of bases, I'm a joke. So, but yeah, 20,000, that would be great. I wish it was a reality. Man. I wish I could get that much. But yeah,
I know, right?
I don't know. It gets to a point where like people get that upset about it and come up with these theories and I guess the tinfoil hat crowd joins Vega too. I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is if we all got free coins, we'd be laughing our asses off to the end of the moon. But that ain't going to happen. And the sooner that people realize that players don't just get free coins, then the quicker that we can all move on with this shit and just keep playing the game. And it's simple. I mean, us coiners, we make this game free for you freeloaders. So shut the fuck up and play the game.
Freeloaders. Freeloading farmers.
Exactly.
Don't call me freeloader.
Shut up, Cave, you freeloader.
No, I bought coins once, so fuck you.
I was going to give you coins for a bet now, wasn't I? It didn't seem to happen.
No, I don't need charity, sir.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you do.
Ah,
I'm pretty
geez.
sure you do every now and then.
No,
I'm not proud. I'll
I
take
got
it.
super for that.
Send me your coins.
Oh, I mean, if I really got it, I'd brag all the time. But you know,
Nah, shit happens, man. Shit happens. I mean, like, it's just a anything else. It's actually quite funny just listening to people complain about people coining, yet they don't realize that us coiners are just making it free for them, and we're bringing in new stuff for them to play with, not just for ourselves, but for them as well.
Exactly.
You know what?
I mean,
You know what? Really, you know what it is about coiners? Coiners just like to play the game. And when you're an end gamer with expensive fleets and you're trying to war and you're trying to have some fun, the only way to fucking play it is to pay to play. So that's what you're doing. I mean, that's all the coiners are doing. They're paying to play. They just want to play. They don't want to sit and wait fucking 3 days to fly their APOCs again. You know, it's like shit. Got to get back out there.
that's the
That is
usual
true.
internet argument that if you have no life or you're a noob and you're either on one side or the other of the coiner argument. That's the way it always seems to be. And I've always found that entertaining. That we live in a digital age where people pay for entertainment, for everything from apps on a phone to cable and movies and sports events. Why is it any different for me to pay for entertainment when I play this game? I just don't see it. So
You got
It's not.
some guy playing Angry Birds on his phone is going to give you a hard time.
That's what I mean, though. The
Yeah,
the point about fun, because I don't
Come on,
find
come on.
I have just as much fun as what you do. You don't have to coin.
No, but some people just don't have the patience for it. They coin. Others that do have the patience for it, yeah, we have other things we can do. Say, for example, I'm sitting on a 24-hour repair on a fleet of mine. It's one of my snipe fleets, and I got nothing to do. I'm just sitting there. I'm thinking, nah, I don't want to send any more fleets out. I just want my fleet to repair. So I normally just play another game or read a book or something just to pass the time, or I go outside for a while. I mean, there are plenty of things people can do rather than just sitting in front of the damn computer all the time. But we all like this game. I mean, we all wouldn't be here talking about it if we didn't like it. I mean, a few of us coin it because we like to play the game. We like to cause some butt hurt. We like to have something to talk about. We like
Wait, what
having
the
a
hell
bit
was
of
that?
entertainment.
We have a lot to talk about on TS.
What?
Oh, we talk about a lot of that butthurt shit up on TS on TeamSpeak.
Oh yeah, we do. We do that quite a lot. I mean, isn't that what the pages are there for too? Just to talk about someone's butt hurt?
Yeah, we'll get
Or
to
is-
the
or-
butthurt later.
Or in this case, it's not butt hurt. It's the sloppy sock award.
Floppy sock. We
Uh-oh.
probably found one.
Have we got one for this week?
If not, we could probably find one. I mean, we've all got plenty of people to pick on.
We could probably let the guy that won it last week keep it.
or in this case, we could just give it to Blue Waffle because he didn't show up. He stood us up like a little bitch.
Oh,
No doubt.
Oh, Blue.
Oh, I did promise Kim this.
What did you promise, Kim? I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Scares me too. What are you doing, Brawley?
I doing nothing.
You're doing
no, you
nothing.
got something on your projector.
I was playing with the projector.
Yes, now he brings up porn. Bastard!
I was thinking you have boobs on the wall or something.
Midget
No,
porn.
Well, I
As-
know
as
that
long-
as far as
Right.
I've heard, our
Ryan Jade is asking. Sorry,
I put
guys.
that
Jade
on.
is just asking.
Oh my God! Take that down, Brawley. You are one skinny little bastard. You know that?
I know. But I did promise I'd put it on.
I'm glad I didn't look.
Oh God! Sock and a cock. Brawley had to make the sock and a cock come.
So yeah,
Cock in a sock.
yeah.
Thomas. Riddick, you might want to get it right.
Good. I put theirs
What
on.
did I
last
say?
time.
Oh, did I say sock and a cock?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
And
you know what I
there's
mean.
like spears.
Right up the urethra.
The gratuitous porn.
Oh, that's just funny. But Bruce probably has plenty of midget porn on his computer for Broly to play with.
Yeah, but I'm kind of, I'm stingy with that shit. I don't give that away to anybody. That's
Stingy? You gave it.
Yeah,
You
that's
gave
me.
some of it away the last episode.
No, everybody has their little me thing. Some of you, you might rub one out to something different. Mine is really hot midgets. That's my thing. My senses are attuned to it now, to where I kind of home in on it. That and Thai hookers. Those are my two things. So send
What
me
if you
some
found a
Thai
midget?
hookers, 6 of them at a time if possible. And
What about a midget Thai hooker?
Oh Jesus! Don't say. I'm gonna need a minute. Slow down. Slow down. We were talking about butthurt earlier. Our clan introduced a thing within that now we have a member that's butthurt of the week, and they get a special avatar, which is a big female tushy with a little bite on it. And
Sounds good.
so our first crowning was for Deadly Fister, for throwing a fit with Kix's Eye about something and basically cursing him out and telling him to piss off. I'm not sending him a ticket. And he posted the whole conversation. And of course, we're kind of brutal on each other, like all clans are. We all started making fun, and so we actually had a crowning of the butthurt of the week for the clan. And it's the good thing is once you've been crowned, you get your nominations, and you're allowed to select who's the big crybaby this week.
And who was it this time around?
It was Deadly Fister.
Oh, man.
He had some issues with Kix's Eye and sent him basically an email instead of sending in a ticket, and threw a big fit about it. And then what his mistake was posting it so that all of us could see it. And of course we were just brutal. And that was it. He was elected. He was first.
I put some else for you as well. Sakari, you're doing a mini event in the second area, 3100. Forgot I mentioned that. I'm not too sure what the details are about, but they're hosting their own event.
I think what they're doing, Broly, from what I can remember, is they're going from planet to planet, burning it from left to right, burning the whole planet, and they're getting points that someone must be taking notes in their alliance, obviously. They get points for the amount of damage they do to the base and major points for bridges. And that's at the moment them entertaining themselves until the next event or war or something like that. And you've got the ones that other people are doing where they take out their Harriers and Voyagers and just have little battles.
Well, there's still a fair amount of fighting going on. I will give credit to a group in 600 at the moment, GL, GPK, Ronin, and District. They seem to have grown a fair bit in the time that we haven't really fought them. I mean, before 600, I didn't actually realize how much they'd grown. They seem to have grown quite a fair amount, especially in regards to some of the coiners that they have. Now, they say that Now, what's been said by a lot of people is that ICU and GOATs have majority of the coiners. Now, what I don't understand is what happened in 600 during the big war. Like, they outnumbered us by a large amount, yet they say that we outcoined everyone. Yet from what I saw, there was more wins on our side than there were losses. But I don't understand why people are so pissed off about the fact that they've been losing. I mean, like, apparently there's also drama in the All Sector page about Horde with Bubba, apparently.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on there.
I can't go into the all sectors anymore. I got the ban hammer.
I did too.
I left. I got sick of it. It was just too dramatic for me. To me, that page, wasn't really worth that much.
I've noticed what you're talking about, Rain. That I would say that if we took coiners on either side, we'd be pretty even in that 600 war. I don't know why coin always seems to come into the discussion the impact on the war when there are that many players versus how many coiners, that really has nothing to do with it. It's the thing that about this game is that you will see where even when there are decisive victories, is that people will try and extract a little here, extract a little there, excuse a little bit here, and say, look, man, everybody loses. Everybody loses. I don't care who you are. Nobody is undefeated in this game. You're going to get your butt handed to you here and there, and that's the fun of it. Nobody would play it if it was just an amount of opening a checkbook and I win every time. That's not reality.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just a game after all. Just take the slap on the wrist and move on. I mean, if there's nothing you can do about it, patience is a main virtue in this game, especially considering the fact that it actually uses real time. Now, if you don't have the patience for that shit, then go back to Farmville and shut the fuck up.
What were you saying, Kate?
Hey, where?
You were saying something?
No.
No.
Don't pay any attention to Cave. Cave, he's got nothing.
Oh, he's in his back cave.
I'm comedy relief.
You're the comedy relief, eh? Okay, say something funny.
I started.
Yeah.
And it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
He'll be real funny in about an hour.
10 minutes, I'm a teetotaler.
Oh, okay. Well, we better take some more shots with that then.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, while I'm here, I'll screen share a page. It's a fleet building website that was given to us by one of our Go members. I'm not exactly sure how accurate it is, to be honest, but Riddick. But yeah, that's the sort of build that I was thinking about changing one of the dreads to.
Are you using the fleetman.cf program?
Yeah, fleetman.cf.
Yeah, might as well tell everybody what that is. If you just type in your browser Fleetman, FLEETMAN .cf. Oh, it's up there at the top. Yeah. You can get this this little program. It's basically it's an interactive like web page or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
It seems to be on the money from what I've seen, Rain. And it's real handy. It really is. Since Kixeye is fucking stupid and won't let us pre-design or be able to go into our ship factory and plan something we might want to do in the future while we're building something, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's up to date with all tech.
Yeah. Now here's a tip for people when you're using this. Now a lot of people are trying to figure out how many can I fit into a fleet and whatnot, and what should I use in a fleet? What do I want to use? What works and all that jazz. Now, let's say give me an example, guys. What sort of fleet would I build?
Well, if you're going to do 5 or 6, do Apox just for the weight problem. Versus, with the 5700.
Here we go. All right. Now, let's start with the thermal Apox. Now, we all know that thermal Apox are going to get pretty hefty into the battles with the mashups and whatnot. So we'll go with the spec shields, because they're very effective, especially against other thermals. Now, the main weakness that will be with hydras or scatters. Now, that's not going to be much of an issue because only a fair few people use them, but I wouldn't recommend mixing fleet shielding up, to be honest, because it's a waste of time. It's too much effort. Now, let's just go with Zinth 1 armor for the time being, just to stick some armor on there and work with it for now. Now, recommendation, if you're going to catch up with Gladius fleets, I would say Rear 5 if you have it, because it's fast and you'll be able to catch up with the ships quite easily, especially if they're Gladius, because if you can get in the range of the Gladius, then easy kill.
Then you can't
you. Yeah, now here comes the hard part. You're already at 3,217 mass out of 7,000. Now, a fleet mass total is 34,200, isn't it, Riddick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, 34,200. Now you're only going to want a fleet of 5 of these because you're not going to be able to fit a full 6 because a full 6 fleet of APOCs requires 5,700 mass maximum per ship. Sorry.
Which it can be done, but they're gonna be weak. I mean, some guys will say, I like 6 for the firepower, but to me, if you make 6, they die too quick, so I don't have the firepower anyway, as far as to last through the battle. So
6 in fleet is basically just paperweight.
I think 6 in a fleet is about 500-700 is what you can fit on an APO to get 6 in a fleet, and that's pretty
right.
shit.
Yeah.
Right.
By the time you put thermal 2s or something on here, or Gladius 2, or whatever you're going to use, you're going to be right up. You're going to be right up there.
Yeah. Yeah. As I was saying,
max
34,000. Yeah. Go on.
6,840 is max mass for 5 in the fleet.
Yeah. But even if you have 6, it's just going to be dead weight because they're not pulling their weight. But if you have 5, then you've got more room to put more stuff on them. So it makes it a bit more effective if you just have 5 APOCs. Whereas if you're using revs, 6 is fine. Now basic math here: if you're going to use 5 APOCs in a fleet, 34,200 divided by 5 gives you. Hang on, did I do that right?
Yeah.
Hang on. 34,200.
Total fleet weight divided by number of ships, yeah.
Yeah, 5, yeah. 6,840.
Using a calculator, how to stuff up, right?
I thought it was 6,700 to be honest, but I always went with 6,700. Oh, well, there you go. Alright, let's just stick with the basic 6,700 as the maximum weight for an APOC for a fleet of 5. Now, let's say I'm going to stick thermals. Where are the thermals? Let's go with thermal 2s.
Jesus Christ, Lucifer.
Redden, if you don't pass Redden, you can't do that. As long as you share.
Right, dude. That's fucked.
Okay, cool enough. Keep sharing, it's all good.
Okay. Now, what would you say, optics or ion?
It doesn't really matter. The bottom line on this build just go ahead and finish your build because the bottom line on this comes down to armor. It really does. I mean,
right, now look,
that's going to be your difference, whether you're running low-end armor with 6 or you're able to run a lot of armor with 5.
Okay, hang on a second.
That's the difference, let's be honest.
I'll show my APOC build for the time being. This is fairly simple from what I remember.